It'd be great if it could. Oh, that's not. We're recording. Oh.
That's the start of the show.
We
We're back, folks.
sure are. Another episode of
Here,
Here's Looking
looking
at
at
You, kid.
Drake. That's Phil. Look, you know the deal. Oh, we're back.
We're back.
What are we watching this week, Phil?
We are watching The Sound and the Fury. It is from 1959.
1959 full movie online.
We're online. This film is available on YouTube.
Yes.
Um on the channel Classic Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Um
And you know what? It's nearly 2 hours long, so I think we should get ready to sync up,
yep.
start watching, and then we'll get to all the things we want to talk about.
Yeah. All
So what
right.
do you count us in,
I've
Phil?
also just come up with a new game for later. All right.
Great.
So we're at 2-0, and we're going to be beginning the film in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh,
Yul
look at
Brynner,
that.
the first thing on the screen, all
We,
caps, big words, Yul Brynner's name. They know what we're
yeah,
here for.
that ITC Latin extended font. Love it.
I did look into this movie, Phil, and its reviews are incredibly negative.
Really? Okay. Well, this actually is a little it's the thing I just thought of that could be fun. I
Okay.
have not looked into this at all. Um,
I did a very cursory Google.
but I noticed this because this is on YouTube, this has 90 comments, and we could use those as fodder.
What are we just going to read all the comments?
I mean, one of the first comments I saw was such an excellent movie. Yul Brynner was just so attractive. And this comment
We've talked about this before.
from Liberty Jewelry 8432 10 months ago. So I bet we could reach out to Liberty Jewelry 8432. Clearly someone who would enjoy looking at Yul.
I will say this. This podcast existed 10 months ago. This person may have already listened. If
They
you're that big of
probably
a Yule
did.
fan,
Now let's see. Okay, Liberty Jewelry.
do I need to
I don't
log
mean
into our podcast's YouTube channel and respond to this person and invite
Oh,
them on?
yeah, you should. They have one subscriber and no videos and no way to contact them. But yeah, you could reply to that comment.
All right. Let's see here. I'm opening up another tab. Oh, hold on. I've got lots of tabs open now, and
Yeah,
I need to have all these windows open to see to see the movie. I obviously can't look away from Yule.
If you'll admit Ben, if it's Yule, no, that's not Yule.
There's no way to know. Wait, what's okay, hold on. Hold on here. That's
I feel
that's
confident that's not Yule.
that's a woman. That
Yeah.
is not Yule.
Um,
This might be Yule.
Yule,
That's not Yule.
not Yule. Yeah. So
Switch account. YouTube. Guys, follow us on
okay,
YouTube.
it's a little behind the scenes during an actual episode. It's
That's
exciting,
right.
exciting stuff. I mean, I'd say this is probably our most exciting episode to date.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't done anything recently that would be more exciting than this.
Nope. No, we haven't.
Okay.
Although, well, we'll talk about later our upcoming exciting episode. Um,
Okay, I'm gonna respond to Liberty Jewelry 8432. We also think Yule's the tops. Do you want to join us for an episode of our podcast so we can discuss the majesty of the singular Yul Brynner?
tell them to reply in the next 90 minutes for a Zoom link.
The next 90 minutes to join.
Which, yes, by the way, if you've noticed, if we seem a little out of sync, it's because we are recording this episode on Zoom due to the inclement weather outside.
Yes, it is the storm of the century, or at least the year, because there was another pretty bad one 2 years ago in New York City.
Yeah, you get that notification saying "Don't travel, or you'll die."
Yeah, at noon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait till everybody's at work. That way they can be
Yep.
stuck at work instead of home.
Yeah. Finally, capitalist dream. Commentary.
Huh.
Um, all right. Okay, there's another. So we just saw another child. Do we think we could find this child?
Oh, I mean, 1959.
The
That
same
child,
year.
that child could still be alive.
I mean, yeah, the same year as what was that movie?
The movie we watched last month with
Buccaneer.
Ron.
Yeah.
What was that movie called?
The Buccaneer?
The Buccaneer.
Yeah. Yeah, the same year. Um, yeah, let's look at the IMDb here.
Was it The Buccaneer?
What? Wait, no, it wasn't.
No, it
That
wasn't.
no.
Oh God. See, I was just trying to play off like I knew it so that you would
Yeah,
eventually come
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
That was wow, I have no clue.
Ha,
To be
ha.
fair, we watched it without sound. We know almost nothing about the plot other than what
The journey, the
Ron
journey, the journey.
Woodward and
We
Ron
played the
Howard
journey
told us
game.
about it.
We played the journey game.
The journey. The journey. That's what it was called. The journey.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh.
Oh,
This is
wow.
the other problem with Zoom is sometimes if I'm talking I can't hear you.
Okay, so what do we think this character's name is? Do we think it is Dilsey's grandson?
A decent
About
chance.
Bill Gunn?
Does he have an Academy Award? Because
Oh,
if so, this could be the
well,
second episode in a row that we stop recording so that we can
no,
go.
no, this was not the this would have been a 30-year-old man and he was born in 1929. A lot of uncredited roles in this film. Um,
This one would be running.
I think it's okay. Oh, this is it. This is it.
Running
Stephen
Bear
Perry.
outside is
He's still
always
alive.
well, I think, and I don't understand why
He
people.
hasn't done anything since 1997,
Okay.
but he's alive. He's and got a common enough name that I feel like it'll be hard to find him, but we can try.
Oh, I guess I should keep YouTube open so that I can see if Liberty Jewelry
Now,
responds.
there's another child actor with the same name who was born in 1998 and was in the Disney Channel show Good Luck Charlie. We could talk to this one instead.
Cast member from Good Luck Charlie was in this?
No, but a cast.
Oh, they just have the same name.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, look. Oh, you know what we should talk about?
Yeah.
There's an IMDb page for this podcast now.
Oh, there sure is.
Someone made an IMDb page for this podcast.
Yeah,
They
and we're not
spelled your name
complaining. They did. I have had that corrected.
wrong. Okay. And they clearly cared more about the Ron episode.
Oh,
And I don't know why you wouldn't love all the great episodes of
I
this
was going to say they clearly cared more about it than we do.
But,
Um,
but Ron was listed as one of the cast members.
yes, which I do enjoy that now Ron Howard's most recent credit on IMDb, besides upcoming ones, is this.
And when's the next time he's going to be in something, do you think? He doesn't act much these days.
No, but he is himself in a lot of things, which is what we're listed under as well.
Right.
Yeah, does he have any upcoming acting things? Let's see. That are not. I don't IMDb's new. Yeah, he doesn't have any non-self acting credits since Arrested Development.
And I will say there was another we did learn that there was another interview he did the same day we interviewed
Yes.
him. And he's wearing the same shirt, but he's wearing a jacket. So there's a possibility he is wearing the trophy award that we gave him for Big Apple Best Podcaster on broadcast news.
I would have to assume he did. The next thing he is playing, he is himself in, is something called Lunch with Archer King.
Archer.
Then there's something called Hats, Horses, and Hollywood, the Rex Peterson story.
Archer King was an American theatrical agent, producer, and actor.
Oh.
He's
Unfortunately, the top cast of this documentary is, well, Ron is first, and then the second is Roman Polanski.
Oh no, Ron shared the screen with Roma Plants. Wait,
Well, this I'm assuming these are all people who worked with this.
do you know about this um Roman Polanski petition?
The letter thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do we I'm just gonna check real quick who
I
signed.
don't think. Yeah, when you look their names up together, only this thing comes up.
I'm saying right now, anyone who signed this letter, oh no. All right, well, Harrison Ford cannot be on our podcast.
Um.
Anyone who is on the who signed this letter is not welcome on our podcast.
Oh no, Woody Allen can't be on our podcast.
All right, there's other reasons Woody Allen can't be on
I
our.
do like that.
Oh no, Harvey Weinstein can't be on our podcast.
Uh,
All right, but you know who's not on here is Annie Hathaway.
no, Guillermo del Toro is.
Yeah,
Um, I like
Marty.
what?
Marty.
Yeah. Um, I passed Neil Gaiman on the street earlier,
Oh, how is he?
walking.
Hmm,
Um, so I just saw Terry Gilliam on this list. Gilliam, and his name is somewhat similar, so it reminded me.
sure.
Um, yeah.
I have I ever told you the story about the time I went to a book signing that Neil Gaiman did, and my mom almost yelled at him.
You haven't told the pod.
I haven't told the pod. So I was
Although, let's be honest, you may have told everyone who's listening to the pod.
at I was at a bookstore in New York City called Book of Wonder, children's bookstore predominantly. And Neil Gaiman was doing a signing of a new children's book he had done called Tuesday. But he was, this is about a panda who sneezes a lot. You'd love it. But, he was signing any books that people brought. And he was like kind of late to the signing. And we had shown up very early because, he's a very popular author. And my mother was experiencing pain from what we didn't know yet was like an infected gallbladder. Like her gallbladder has since been removed, but at the time she was experiencing like waves of dizziness and pain at different times over many months that was involved in this. And this was one of the first things to happen. And it was a very rainy day, much like today. So if you saw him today, maybe he just loves the rain.
Neil Rainman.
Mm-hmm. I'd watch that remake.
Yeah.
And he entered the bookstore and very loudly declared, "We need to get over there!" Like pointing to the other end of the bookstore, and just started moving around. People.
Yul! Sorry, I just saw
His
you.
hair.
Is this his first appearance in the film? I haven't been paying super
This is
attention.
the first time I've noticed him.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, great.
Now, do you think that this is his natural hair when he does these with hair, or these hair pieces? I think it's hair. I think it's real hair. I don't think he was fully bald.
I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah, because I think the whole thing was what? Oh boy.
Oh, he's dragging that woman kicking and screaming.
Um,
It feels weird to see him in a suit.
yeah, this is like looking like a yeah,
Like
this is an odd look for him.
when you see people who are usually in period pieces
Yeah,
in
yeah,
don't look right. And
yeah.
and I know that almost all the movies we've watched him in, it's have been in color, but for some reason
It's always surprising.
it's always surprising. I think the hair really throws me additionally though, because I'm like, that should be bald up there.
Yeah, no, the hair. Well, I mean, I feel like that's one of his trademarks is his baldness.
Yeah. Maybe he's not bald in this so that he could more disappear into the role. Anyway, Neil Gaiman started pushing around.
Oh, which
Who the fuck does this guy think he is? And I was like, that's the guy, that's Neil Gaiman. And she's like, oh.
great. Um, which no, oh, we don't need to talk about this on the podcast. I got up to an episode of a TV show recently that had a murderer in it.
We We could talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we can. Okay, so I
Say the
my
word allegedly or something. He did it.
oh,
Don't use the word murder.
I didn't even care about that. I was like, mild spoiler for here's only murdered in the building.
It doesn't deserve no spoilers if it employs a murderer.
That's true. But what I so yeah, so he shows up,
Mm-hmm.
and I had forgotten. I was aware that he was going to be in it, but I had forgotten. And so what I thought was the funniest thing though was that his whole bit is that he's so good at acting, and that
Is
he
that
just
was that his bit, or is it
well
that he is so devoted to acting despite being
devoted.
annoyed by him?
That's actually even funnier. It's that he's so devoted and cares about the characters, which is so not true. Anyway, I thought that was very funny. But speaking of someone devoted to acting,
Mm-hmm.
I think we should talk about a man we discovered recently.
Ah,
You know what I'm talking about?
now I believe you're talking about a true multimedia personality who not only has acted but also hosted.
I am.
Hosted a very famous I use that word loosely, Canadian game show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A true multi-hyphenate.
Yeah.
Uh, well, go by the name. We'll go Baron Storm.
Baron Storm.
Uh,
Not the only name he goes by.
Not the only name he goes by, but it is the name on his website of at Baron Storm Web World, where you can go to the photo gallery and see many things now. And oh, by the way, anytime you click on a page in the photo gallery, it downloads a file to your computer as well.
Yeah, so maybe actually don't go to this website.
But you can see things like his first sold out concert at age 9,
Mm-hmm.
him playing for Princess Anne and Prince Charles in a secret. This is I do think everyone should go. I This is a mysterious man.
Well, what are some of his programs? He hosted
Right. So the very first found him, he hosted the what was it called? The multi
$1 million
million
something.
dollar word game.
That's it. That's it.
So this is our previous guest of the pod, Taylor, found this Canadian public access game show called the $1 million Word Game, hosted by Ian Jamieson, which is another name he goes by.
I would wager that's his real name.
Yeah, maybe. And it was extremely bad, but it led us to looking into this man's career, and boy, what a career it has been.
What's
We
his
watched
chef show called?
The Lonely Chef.
The Lonely Chef, which is half
Um,
sitcom, half cooking show.
yeah, but the one we watched fully was Super Sleuth,
Yes.
feature film on his YouTube that you can that there various clues pop up throughout that if you get the right clues you can win $1 million Canadian.
It's a murder mystery where there are about 6 people conspiring to kill somebody, played by Baron Storm himself. And
Yeah.
if you can identify the 6 clues that lead to the murderers, you will win $1 million Canadian.
Yeah, also he's playing an international sperm expert.
However, there's no way to contact him to declare these.
And now this is where my activity comes in to play, because we were talking about trying to get other guests and stuff in this podcast.
Are we just going to reach out to people on the podcast?
Well, there's a history of this. We called Taylor once.
We did call Taylor once. We called Rachel once, future full guest.
Yeah, and now,
Do you have a phone number for him?
so here's the thing. Yeah, so I was looking up. So we know in our research, I did, where I came across his Facebook page,
Yes, I am aware.
and now I should have had this open already
I
to.
thought it was not used much, though.
It is not, but 2 years ago, it just bad to. 2 years ago, he replied to a comment, to someone saying to call him sometime and list his phone number. And
But
so
now, but here's my question, Phil.
mhm.
Obviously, you're leading up to we could just call him right now, and you're
Mhm.
right. I had no idea when you said that you had a thing planned for this that it would be this because I said maybe we have the same little game planned.
Yeah.
So we can, if you want to call him right now, you can call him. We've established that this is the kind of show that will cold call people and beg them to be on the podcast. Now, when we call our friends, that doesn't work. When we reach out to Academy Award winners, they say, yes, can I come to your apartment and take with you?
And now Baron Storm has a bigger resume than anyone we have interacted with, I would say.
He's got a bigger resume than Ron Howard.
Yeah, have you seen all the things listed in his photo gallery on Baron Storm Web World?
That's true. That's true. Ron was in a bit part in a movie with Yul Brynner when he was a child. He wasn't selling out stadiums or singing for the Queen of England. You're
Because
right.
Baron Storm gets mobbed everywhere he goes, he often has to assume various disguises to go out in public. Here, he was photographed while surfing in Hawaii and ended up at the centerfold in Swimwear Illustrated.
Right. I
Like,
forgot. He's an international man of mystery and intrigue.
yeah, he directed comedy legend Phyllis Diller in the award-winning movie Take Off.
What?
This is what it says. Baron Storm with his proud parents on his private island near Vancouver, British Columbia. His father is famous for writing the Castanet Concerto in E minor. It's truly...
That movie is not listed on this person's Wikipedia page.
It's truly... Oh, also, he famously... Wow, every page you go to on his website. Oh. Can you hear this?
I can, but the listener probably.
Wait, I can't pause it. Okay, that's good. You can't go on his homepage and stop that music. He also famously goes on a trip every year and like brings a one lucky fan. So I think we should call and ask about that trip.
We could do that, or we could call him and ask him if he'd like to be on as a guest proper.
Yeah. You're saying we should call him on the podcast and ask him to be on the future podcast?
I was thinking we should call him off the podcast, but if you want to call him on the podcast, feel free. Now, remember, if we do this, I probably will not be able to speak to him because he won't be able to hear me as well. So you would have to do the talking. I will also suggest this. We could have our manager, our Mr. Manager, Lou, call. Who I believe, we're recording this on Zoom this week. Usually we record in our studio in Queens. Right now, I'm in our studio in Queens. You're in your studio
I'm in our Manhattan satellite, yeah.
Yes. So I believe Lou has an office over at the Manhattan studio, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he's probably around if we want to call him in, get him on mic, and have him do the call.
Maybe. Oh, Baron survived another assassination attempt by bomb.
Paul T. Goldman, or whatever his name is.
That's what I've been saying, is he's big Paul T. Goldman vibes. Oh, wait, sorry, big news, actually. Oh, not that big news. So
I bet we could get Paul T. Goldman on our podcast real easy.
Yeah, okay. Well, sorry, I just got an email we should talk about because it's related to our next episode, which we can reveal. I think we'll be going on location, or we will be at least talking about a location.
Correct, but I want to not promise anything we can't deliver. What is this? Is this stuff we can discuss on the air?
Yeah, so we're going to the Halloween house.
Maybe. I don't know if my availability will line up with what they have for us.
Well, so this is the question. Again, some behind the scenes on the podcast is there's not a haunted house, but in like an immersive Halloween experience downtown called Halloween House, and they've invited us to come to represent the podcast, talk about the house a bit, classic Yule related stuff.
Right.
Um, and 3 days ago they said hi, good for next week. So I followed up asking, there's just like, how does this work? Do we choose a specific date or time? Because it's open every day for many hours. And I checked in today, and they just replied again, all good for next week. This weather is crazy. Which, yes, the weather is crazy, but this answers none of my questions.
We just show up and say, "Hey, we're the podcast."
Maybe just show up anytime next week.
Well, I have very limited. I'm free like Friday.
You know what? So, wait, am I free Friday? If I'm free Friday, I'll just say, hey, can we do Friday?
I'm also free next Saturday.
I am not. Um, Friday afternoon work?
Yeah,
So I'm just gonna say that. All right.
but then Taylor will be disappointed if we go during the afternoon.
Friday
But
evening work?
well, what's the chance that they're cool with us going during the evening? Because that's like when they'll have their most customers, I imagine.
I mean, I'll ask. The Friday 6. I'll say evening or afternoon. This is good podcast content. I got okay. I'm gonna call someone out.
You're gonna call someone out.
Yeah. So I got a newsletter from someone I worked well. I got another newsletter this week that I might want to.
Folks, go to alltheemmys.substack.com and subscribe if you want to read great articles every week about TV shows that have won Emmys, starting with the first primetime Emmys in 1949, written by yours truly.
Also, folks, go to hypocritical.substack.com if you want occasional updates of photos of hippopotamuses with short ratings written by a mystery person.
I would say both of those are great, great follows.
And yes, but I got a newsletter just with the subject line newsletter um from somebody I worked on one project with like 7 years ago, have not spoken to since. She sent a newsletter saying like, I've decided I would like to send in a monthly newsletter updating you on all the new and upcoming projects I'm working on. But first of all, there are 2 projects listed in this.
Oh my God.
And also she sent
Sorry,
this.
this person just lifted this kid so high
Oh
in
yes.
the film
Oh,
that we're watching.
we'll have to ask the kid about that.
Yeah.
But she sent this out to a whole bunch of people, and I know it was a lot of people because she CC'd everyone, did not BCC.
So she CC'd everyone in her email list, right?
I guess, but really, there's
I
not.
think the American school system has failed us because too many of our peers are CCing and not BCCing.
Well, should I reply all right now with a link to this?
I think, hold on. I'm going to add every single one of those people to my email list, and you should add them to
Oh, I
Hypocritical.
like that. I like that. Um, yeah. Oh man. Someone when I was working at a
Oh,
uh
throwing rocks.
what? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, right?
yeah, a lot of picking up and stuff. Um, yeah, someone once did a thing like this on an email when I was working at 54 several years ago, but it included a lot of like big name emails, including Stephen Sondheim,
Oh.
and that was fun. I don't know any of the people on this email list. Is he writing this with his eyes closed?
It's sunny. Not out, not in real life though.
Yeah. Yeah, you're looking at the sun?
No, I'm looking at the lack of sun.
Oh. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Mine's fire. There's a big fair going on.
Opening 6 p.m. tonight. When did
Hmm.
when did people stop hyphenating tonight? Because I feel like that's a thing that is more recent than I think it is.
Well, the thing is, tonight with that, I don't understand that. That's what would it mean? What, all
But that
right,
was but that's how it that's it,
etymology of tonight.
like in older posters and like newspaper ads and stuff, you see that all the time. I
Yeah,
guess I would have thought it died out earlier than this, but I guess not.
in the in
Freak.
the coming night
Oh,
from
I'm sorry.
two add-on night.
Oh, look at that.
Uh, it was 2-night until early 20th century. So yeah, pretty recently. It
Okay.
was
So
two
that
words until the 18th century.
oh well, I guess is this a period film?
Uh, yeah, I want to say yes, because look at these automobiles.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. So okay, so that does make sense then. I forgot movies don't have to take place in the year they were released.
Yeah. Oh no, my Cookie Monster socks have a hole in them.
Oh no.
Wearing Cookie Monster socks.
Aw, you
Those
can
big.
put a cookie in there.
Um, yeah. But yeah, so we've got a lot of big things coming up. We're going to be interviewing Baron Storm at some point, folks. We're going to be going to Halloween House.
Yeah, hopefully next Friday. So, if you're listening to this and you want to stalk us,
That was one of the reasons I was going to say let's not, but who's listening, right?
yeah. Um,
If you're listening to this right now and you call the following phone number, you will receive a prize. Phil, what's the phone number?
1 second.
Oh boy.
I think 518-966-2442.
If you call that number and say in the course of your message this key phrase, oh boy, the cantaloupes sure are growing wild this year. If you say that, you will receive a physical prize.
All right, there you go. Oh, I got some cantaloupe. Should I go get cantaloupe?
I also want to be very clear though. If you call multiple times for this episode and say that, it's disqualified. It has to be in your first call.
Now, can there be multiple winners or the first person to call?
There can be multiple winners, but
Okay.
but not everyone who
But if
calls
there's any evidence of
cheating.
working together, collusion, I guess.
Yeah, no collusion.
Yeah,
No, you're gonna have to prove you listen to the episode.
yeah. This looks like a fun and very unsafe carnival ride.
Yeah. I have no idea what this movie's about. It's based on a famous novel, which I have not read.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've read any Faulkner. Have you?
Ranked sixth among the 100 best English language novel of the 20th century.
Phil, I think every month you become less and less invested in this podcast having any high bar of quality whatsoever. Except the one week we had a very famous person come to your apartment.
Are you saying this is not quality entertainment right now?
I would say you are trying less than when Ron was on.
I mean, I'm
I
tired.
would say if listeners were to go back and listen to the full Ron episode, immediately after he leaves, you become someone so unwilling to be a participant in the podcast that you co-host that it is abundantly apparent to anyone listening.
I mean, I don't. Well, the thing with that is, I just remember that we had to watch the rest of the movie and got disenchanted with it a bit.
We did meet Yul's personal butler who did say he would come back on the podcast if we had any questions for him.
Right, that's right.
So
I feel like for being the very first name we saw in the film, Yul has not been in it a huge amount.
yeah, he's been in it a bit, but it does seem like he is the big name get and not necessarily the lead performer. It does seem like this woman is the actual
Well, Joanne Woodward,
Joanne
didn't
Woodward.
she
Very
just
famous.
die recently?
I do not know.
Nope, she's still alive. We can get her in here. She's
Let's call her.
93. Oh, she was married to Paul Newman. And yeah, wow. Well,
Sorry, I was just reading an email about possible job I have next week.
mm.
Um,
Now you said you had a game or something in mind?
I mean, I did, but I don't know if it'll actually be fun. I was just gonna play different sounds because this is the sound of the furry, and you have to guess what the sound was.
Great. I had a feeling that that was what it was gonna be.
Would you like to play that game?
I mean, sure.
All right. Hold on now. All right, Phil. I'm gonna play a sound.
Okay, make sure you
Uh,
share your sound.
what's that?
Make sure you're sharing your.
I was just gonna do it on my phone,
Then make sure you turn your original sound on.
but you know what? I will do it on my computer.
Hmm.
Uh,
Now this is kind of groundbreaking for this podcast because normally we don't focus on sound at all.
it's true. I want to share just computer audio. Okay. You can't see my screen, correct?
Correct.
All right, Phil. What is this sound? It appears that there's no sound here.
Are you aware that there's very loud static happening?
Oh, is there?
There sure is.
I was not because there was no sound on my end.
Oh yeah, no, there is very loud static.
Okay, well, can you guess what that static was?
Is it a specific static?
Specific static.
Oh, play it again. Okay, stop. Uh, no, I can't.
That was the sound of a waterfall.
Oh, play once more.
Nope, we're done with
Okay.
that. Here's another sound for you to guess. Can you tell me what that sound was, Phil?
Play it again.
One more time. I cannot hear this, by the way.
I sure can.
I think I would need headphones in.
Is it like a cartoon character laughing?
No, it is a real life thing.
Oh, a hyena?
No, it's a llama. That was the sound of a llama.
Wow, good sound.
All right, can you tell me what this sound is? I can play some more of it if you'd
Another
like.
animal, yes.
It's another animal.
Yeah,
Here's a few more seconds.
I mean, it feels like a lion's too easy.
That one was actually a hyena.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Can you tell me what this following sound is?
Philip.
That would be our friend Allison. Same
Correct.
game.
It's true.
I've got a game to follow this.
Here's one more sound.
It's been 3
What's this
years
sound?
since we've done this show. That is my opening to the 2022 version of 2022 edition of 54. A great show coming back on May 4th, 2024.
Get your tickets now, folks.
Available now at 54below.org/54.
That's the end of that game.
Great. All right, so that game was sound. This game is fury. We've got some quotes about anger here.
Okay.
You have to tell me who said it.
Ooh.
These are all too serious. We boil at different degrees.
The water character from that new Pixar film, Elemental.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Clint Eastwood. Don't get the impression that you arouse my anger. You see, one can only be angry with those he respects.
This is our friend Taylor talking to you.
So close. This is Richard M. Nixon.
Uh,
Never go to bed mad. Stay up and fight.
oh, Marilyn Monroe.
Close. This is comedian Phyllis Diller, famously directed by Baron Storm.
All right. Do we want to reach out to Baron Storm?
Should we call Baron?
You want to call it? Don't forget
Oh,
to share
no. What?
Don't forget to share your sounds.
I know. Also, how much of this film is left?
How much of this film is left? Over an hour. Why? Do you have something to do?
No, my computer, we'll see what happens.
Do you not have a charger?
It is plugged in, but the computer hasn't been charging well, so it is plugged in. We'll see.
You'll have to get back on the Zoom on your phone, and I'll look at Zool. I'll look at Yul.
I was looking at Zool Kid. That's our Ghostbusters podcast. That's the right reference, right?
I don't know. I've not seen that film.
I have. Wow. Weird.
I have read the entire script for the video game, though, by myself because I was abandoned by literally a dozen friends.
Great day. Great day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where is this? Okay. I've got so many tabs open here. Okay. Now it's very possible that this number is not even active anymore, but
Are you sharing your sounds?
I will in a moment. I just want to get the number first. All right.
No, this is podcasting.
This is podcasting.
I don't hear ringing.
It says Yeah. You don't hear this?
No, you know what? It's probably because of my microphone. Hold on.
Hello?
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 Yes?
Hi, is this Baron Storm?
Yes?
It is? All right. Did you hear that?
I did hear that. That was not Baron.
But she said yes.
She did, but I think she didn't understand what you were saying and was like saying yeah.
Oh, like yes. Well, that was exciting.
All right, you want to call Joanne Woodward?
No, she's not doing appearances.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, for sad reasons. Which is not the first time this has happened with someone I've looked up from one of these films.
She's alive though.
She is alive.
She's not doing well.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, share your thoughts and prayers with Joanne.
Yeah, I thought I heard something about her recently, but I guess not. There was a documentary about her and Paul Newman that came out last year. Maybe that's related. Which also had because it's nepotism, that's why. Like Zoe Kazan also in it. Writer.
Great playwright.
In this film. This kid's in this film a lot. We should talk to him.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
This episode, Phil, we're around the halfway point, a little bit before. Well, we're not doing good, I don't think.
I mean, I don't think the zoomness of it all helps.
Which, yeah, the last time we did a Zoom episode, we watched a different film than the one we were trying to watch and made it a special bonus episode.
Which I was thinking when we started this, like, should we just do another bonus so we don't have any actual episode on Zoom? But we're too far into it now.
We're too far into it now.
Oh, but I mean, we're almost halfway through, but I haven't done the theme song.
Oh, this was all the cold open. That's why the energy has been so down. After this, the show will start.
Yeah. Not now. The film has started.
Oh, yeah. The film has started.
Part of the yeah.
Yes, we're 46 minutes into the film.
Yeah, I'm going to do this. All right. Oh no, that's an hour long. I want like we're gonna have okay, theme song time. Here we go. We're here on Zoom. We're here on Zoom. We're here on Zoom. We're here on Zoom. It's time to get on Zoom. We're here. It's everyone's favorite podcast. It's by everyone, I mean no one. Being looking at you, kid. You know that's what we do. It's the sound and the fury. And the growing and glowing. It's Papa, he's looking at. Papa, he's looking at. And Papa, he's looking at you, kid. Come and join us now, he's looking at you, kid. We don't have Ron Howard this time, but we are here again. It's time for he's looking at you, kid.
Welcome to Here's Looking at You, Kid. Now, Phil, that does seem to be genuinely one of the most heartfelt, enthusiastic theme songs you've done yet, and you could barely hear what you were saying over that, how loud that music was.
Well, hopefully the recording from my end will be fine, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Oh, and just in time,
Oh no, Phil or I are frozen. I don't know which one. I guess we'll both have to keep talking. Oh? one of us was frozen, and I don't know which one, and I don't know whose audio will make it to the show there. But
I
I
mean,
was saying,
okay, you were frozen for me. However, I assume this is because my computer is now at 4%.
uh-oh.
I've got some solutions here. 1 second. I mean, we can keep talking. I'm gonna close.
You seem to get a message that was
I got a message from an email from Halloween House.
okay. Okay,
It just said, "Yup." So I
okay.
guess we're good to go for anytime we want on Friday.
Great, great.
And I had asked if it was okay if we had a third person, and they never. I'm gonna say yes, it is. So Taylor,
Taylor, if you've listened to this episode, you can come with us to Halloween House. Taylor, your code phrase is yes. I would like to come to Halloween House as well. If you say that to us, the next time you see us, you can come.
yeah. This is fascinating. But Halloween House, we love you. Thank you for the tickets.
Yes, no, I am very excited to go to Halloween House and to discuss it in depth in our Halloween special coming very soon.
What's it called?
Fears looking at Ghoul, kid.
Fears spooking at Ghoul, kid. Fears spooking Bat Ghoul, kid.
I think that's a little too many hats on hats.
A hat and a hat and a hat and a hat. And you know what they say, you can't have too many hats.
I don't know if they say that.
Someone does. So I just looked up royalty-free rock music instrumental backing track.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I found without the thing is it was very repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't much room.
Are you thinking that we need a second theme song for the episode?
No. I just want to explain why, because I did stop it early. I could have gone on for another 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
All right, well.
You kid. Oh, you're gone. All right. This film at fuel. Here in the head, he's got hair. He's in a car, he's over there. Then she's talking to Yul. She's talking what she's saying. They're going, yeah, they're playing. Where are they going? Where are they? Which are they seeing them? Oh, the sound of the fury. Oh, the sound of the fury. The furious sound. Everything is around. She's looking at your kid. She's looking at your kid. Well, she's like your kid. And we're looking at your kid. You don't like your kid. Why are you looking at your kid? We're all your kid. And we're looking at your kid. Here's your kid, and here's your kid, and here's your kid, your kid. Here's your kid, here's your kid, here's your kid. Gonna be a cool kid. Here's your kid, here's your kid, and Drake's back.
You started singing, so I went to the bathroom.
That's there. Yeah. Yeah.
I am also a little peckish, but I've received complaints from fans that I eat too often on the microphone.
Yeah. And I know those fans are listening now.
Yeah. Do we have any calls, Phil, from the last episode? Do we want to check in?
Yeah, let's check the voicemails. There are none.
Oh, all right.
Oh boy. This is
Your computer at 3% now?
It is. But it's been doing this weird thing where, like, if I'm using it, it won't. I mean, I'm probably gonna jinx it now, but like it won't actually, because it'll show the charging.
Well, because if it's plugged in, it should stay on through the power of electricity rather than a battery, no?
Yes.
Like, if you took the battery out but had it plugged in, would it still work?
You can't take the battery out of these.
You have a Mac?
Yeah. And now the problem with my charger, like the cable stopped working, and so I have another like one, but I think it's like not fully the correct power for this computer right now.
Mm.
But it does work, and I think it won't actually let the computer die, but it'll just like go back and forth between like 3 and 7%. And really, the computer charges best when it's like when I have it just off and charging.
All right, so here's what we can do. We could say this is a special quote unquote Patreon episode and name a date in the future where we release just this special episode.
No, we can't do that because then we have to watch this film again.
Well, oh, what happens when this dies and you get kicked off?
Well, I don't think it's going to happen. I just went back up to 4%.
Oh, okay. So then what's the problem? Why are we talking about this?
It's just annoying to me. Also, it does, and I don't think this will be reflected in the recording at all, but like the video like looks a bit choppy, which is the thing that happens but it's fine. Here's looking at you, kid. All right. What other who could we call?
This is what our show is now. Who could we call?
No, we're not calling. We're looking at you, kid.
Yeah, he's not
And
on.
we're not looking at you that much. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's not you, right? No,
What is
that's not.
what's the sound coming out of your computer?
What's the sound coming out
Oh,
of your?
it's me.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah, I don't have any
I'm hearing myself
Fury coming out of my computer
I'm hearing myself.
at a delay.
thing. Yeah, this oh, that's oh, is it because I'm sharing my sound still?
Maybe. Also,
Theoretically,
your
okay,
connection.
Also, your connection is
how do you hear how is it now?
You're a little out of sync.
That doesn't matter for the audio recording.
No.
no.
No, I'm still hearing myself, and I wonder if this will be if it'll be caught echoing on the
I
pod.
don't think so because it's not echoing at all for me, and it's
See, we should have watched like the animated Anastasia or something. This should have been a bonus episode. Sometimes
Yeah,
we mess up, folks.
but now we're committed, and we got to speak to Baron Storm briefly, and got a great new rock theme song that's still not over.
Now, here's
And
here's something I don't know if we've ever established on the show. Have we said, because obviously we're watching the entire filmography of Yul Brynner, not counting television programs, as has been stated. Did we ever say we're watching them in order?
yes,
Oh, okay.
I believe like one of the first things we said was chronologically.
All right.
Well, do you have one you want to skip ahead to?
I was just thinking we could save this for like the next to last month of the show and release it then of like, oh, here's a time where we were really tired.
No. We're committed, and we're gonna be committed. Am I right?
I hope not.
And I would like to go back to actually though
Mm-hmm.
brought up early on, which is this IMDb page for the show.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. Who created that?
Who created that?
If you're listening and you create our IMDb page, let me know.
Yeah. And I'm curious to see if it will be updated with this episode.
I am also curious. I'm also wondering why my other credits are not listed on there.
Being
I appear in multiple episodes of The Chris Gethard Show, which I know is on IMDb.
mm-hmm.
I appear in the documentary for the George Lucas Talk Show, which I know is on IMDb. Has not been released yet, though.
Were you interviewed for that?
I was not interviewed for it, no, but I appear in it.
Interesting.
Were you interviewed for it?
I was not, and I didn't know. I was not aware of appearing in it. But
we are shown in the hallway at UCB Hell's Kitchen.
Have you seen the documentary?
I've seen trailers for the documentary.
And we're in it?
Yes, we're in the trailer.
I had no idea there was a trailer.
I have blue hair in it. Or purple hair.
Remember
when I had purple hair? That was fun.
Yeah. Okay. Um, should we play some more Fury?
Sure. Why not? Do you know I used to have a cat named Fury?
Yeah, I
It was
do.
very cool. She is dead now, unfortunately.
So is Yule, so that's relevant.
It's true. Maybe they're hanging out together somewhere
Yeah.
with
Um,
sound.
yeah. The Sound. The Long Island Sound and the Fury. That's fun.
If you say so.
Yeah, I can't open this tab because I'm still at 4%, and I think if I try to do anything besides this,
Oh,
let
so
this
no Fury.
let this film and Zoom run, my computer will not allow that to happen.
Okay, okay. Well,
I mean, I guess I could look it up on my phone, yeah, or I could just. All right, all right. I oh yeah, Halloween House next week. Yeah, this Halloween House organization is fascinating, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great, fun Halloween time. Do we think you will like Halloween? Well, we should talk about this next time.
yeah.
Um, I truly have no idea what's going on in this film. The Good Movie Podcast.
Yeah, sure, sure. Oh, my doorbell just rang.
Oh, who's
I'm
there?
not getting it.
Ooh, a mystery.
I think it's probably mail.
It never fails.
It's true. You know, Phil,
Mhm.
it's been a while since we podcast. We missed our release date on September 10th. People might know.
Well, yeah, that was, I believe, just because the onrush of publicity and stuff from the Ron episode.
Oh, did you have a lot of interviews for that one?
It was an artistic decision. We were like, let's let it breathe a bit.
Even though we say multiple times that there will be an episode in the Ron episode on September 10th.
Um, should we consider this the beginning of our second season and that one the season finale?
I think technically this would be the season finale because we started on November 10th last year, right? Or
But it's even though it had to be a year.
okay, so wait, you're saying the Ron episode? Maybe the Ron episode was our season 2 premiere.
Not according to IMDb.
That's true. Okay, so we have to declare a season finale so that IMDb will start sorting it through seasons.
I think so. I think so.
Okay, I think this is the season finale. The Halloween special is a special that airs in between seasons, and next month will be our season premiere.
All right, I like that. You hear that, IMDb?
This is now a season finale highlight special. Phil, sing the season finale theme song, but don't share your sound because.
I stopped sharing my sound, right? No, I'm gonna do it. It's worth the risk.
All right, it's the season finale. We're not holding anything back.
Come on.
It's the season finale. We're not holding anything back. Here we go. Hello, Romano.
And now it's done. Yeah, son. Season 1. It's done. And have so much fun.
Googly the Googler.
Good. Oh, stop. It went back to the beginning. All right.
Okay.
Great, great. I hope all our
Okay.
vocals on that are audible.
You couldn't hear anything you were saying that time.
You couldn't hear anything you were saying that time.
My throat really hurts from that.
Oh,
So,
no, turn my headphone again.
what did you say?
You probably heard my girlfriend talking.
You probably heard my girl.
Oh, yes, I'm hearing echoes again. I'm hearing myself.
did not.
Maybe
I'm
stop
hearing
sharing
myself
your
again.
sound.
Ah,
Maybe stop sharing.
yeah, that's got to be what
I don't know if that worked though.
I don't know if that worked.
Nope, I'm still hearing it.
Nope.
Weird. I did not hear Carrie at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, still here.
Still here.
It's the season finale. You got 2 Drakes.
I don't think we do.
No echo
I
there.
think you do. Yeah, season finale. Thank you all. Call in. Tell us your favorite moments of season 1.
Yeah, tell us all your favorite moments of season 1. Who were your favorite guests? Who do you want to come back next season? Who should we reach out to next season? And also, Phil, it's the season finale. We need to wrap up all the dangling threads from the season. We need to talk about every Broadway show we've seen together that we didn't talk about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what's next on the list?
Well, we have, I believe, like 70 more to go through, so I actually don't think we have time, unfortunately.
I mean, not for all of them, but we could. But to do more, then that's a continuing.
Did we talk about any last time?
I don't think
I think
so.
we might have talked about a few after Ron left.
Mm.
Well,
Maybe.
here, I can pull it up.
You're not keeping track of when we talk about them?
Nope.
Cool.
I know, well, because the thing is, we started recording multiple episodes that we discussed these during and didn't get to. But what other big things that happen in season finales? In season finales, people die, people come back to life.
Mm-hmm.
We've had characters die on the show before.
We have.
They might be back.
Yeah. Something I don't think we have had any characters do that common season finale. Might be a wedding.
Might be a wedding. All right.
Get Drake to fly with the wedding of 2 of our fictional characters.
That's right. All right. Stay tuned for the wedding finale event. But first, here are dozens of shows that Philip and I have seen together. Lightning round. Phil, I'm going to say the name of the show. You're going to give me a 1-sentence thought about them. We're going to move on.
Okay.
The lifespan of a fact.
Great.
Charlotte's Web.
So fun. We have friends.
Cassidy, come on the show. Rags Parkland sings the songs of the future.
One of the best shows ever.
Andrew, come on the show. Story Pirates After Dark.
I remember being there.
Allison, come on the show. Chick Flick.
One of the best shows ever.
Chicks, come on the show. In the Heights.
Great production of a great show.
Great production of a great show. Lynn, come on the show. King Lear.
Terrible.
Terrible. Phil fell asleep and I was very envious. Billy, come on the show. Gary.
Who's Billy?
Billy Shakes.
Gary. So much fun.
Nathan Lane, you owe me a pair of Doc Martens. Hades Town.
Love it. Classic. Amazing.
Classic, amazing. Anyone in Hades Town can come on the show. Beetlejuice.
Fine.
We were at the first preview. I hated every second of it, but I got a picture with the ghost site, which is my favorite thing to do at Broadway. I have this. Oklahoma.
Very horny.
Bad show. I got bad blisters standing in the standing room seats. Sincerely Oscar.
Ugh.
Worst show. Hologram. of
Really, what a
Oscar come on the
terrible
show.
experience. Allison, come on the show so we can roast you.
Fairview,
Great show.
genuinely one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Followed by In the Green. No comments. The Ferryman.
Amazing. Love it.
Amazing, love it. HBO put the Nevers on demand. Chris Angel Raw, The Mind Freak Unplugged.
Better than a recent magic show on Broadway.
Chris Angel, come on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bad Out of
We
Hell.
should get Chris Angel to come to the Halloween house with us.
That would be fun.
What was the next?
Bad Out of Hell.
Oh, great show. That the time we saw it in an empty
Yes,
city.
we went to a dress rehearsal of this show. There were about 7 other people in the audience, and they acted like it was a full house.
It was so good. We
I
were
would say a
expecting this to be-
transcendent experience.
Yeah, we did not know this going in. We were expecting this to be a full audience.
Yes.
And instead they had some of us, it was one row in the middle of the orchestra in this empty theater at New York City Center. It was wild.
I also think we went to that show expecting it to be terrible and or to ironically like it, to make fun of it, but it was actually great.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
Coriolanus at the Park, Act 1 only.
I mean, that speaks for itself.
Do you know what I realized I don't think is on here? Is Emoji Land.
Well, that wasn't really a show. So,
All right. These next two are not technically live theater, but we saw them as live theater. The
Okay.
Connors, A Kiss is Just a Kiss.
that's the episode name?
That's the episode name.
Oh, fun. Yeah,
Johnny Glucky told me I had cool hair, dude.
some kissing happening in this film right now too. A lot of carrying in this film. Oh, sorry, I dropped a metal water bottle on myself.
The Price is Right.
Great time.
Great
Drew,
time. Drew,
come on
good
down.
guy. Frozen. Did we see Frozen together?
We saw Frozen in Disneyland together.
Yes, at the Hyperion at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Correct.
Better production than Broadway.
Followed by Hercules, another Disney production.
In the park.
In the park.
Yeah.
Ritter had a
Great show. Cool Day in Hell. Best Disney song.
garbage song. The Sound Inside.
Relevant. I was thinking about that because The Sound of the Fury. Be a prequel.
This was a show about suicide at college or something. There was suicide in the show, right?
Was there? I don't remember much about. I mean, there was sign language and deafness was a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Darren Brown's Secret.
Great show.
Great show. Did you see the gorilla? I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good Broadway magic show.
Freestyle of Supreme.
Preem. Yeah, fun times.
We Will Rock You. Everything that Bad Out of Hell. Bad Out of Hell is everything We Will Rock You wants to be.
Yeah, We Will Rock You, a show that I had seen as a child and loved.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I saw that, I believe, it was the same week that I saw Slava Snow Show with Allison, which was a show I had seen as a child and hated. And boy, did those opinions flip.
Sometimes we have to put away childish things, you know. Wicked.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Good
calling
show.
it now. Everyone is going to be eating the words. Those two movies are going to be good and work good as independent films.
I'll say this, though. We still don't know who Dr. Dillamond is.
That's true. Now, I don't think this is on the sound, the Allison sound cut, so I can't play it. But Moby Dick.
You don't have to play it. Great show. Very fun time. We took a little road trip for that. Um, Mixed experiences with different parts of the road trip, but
It was too long. The best thing of that day was a very delicious donut that someone bought me.
yeah, good show. Good. At one point in its development, that show was, I believe, 8 hours long.
It felt it. What was
Would have
it?
loved
5,
to have seen it.
4?
It was like 3.5, maybe.
The Big Apple Circus, presented by Manhattan Mini Storage. This was the one with the ringleader who seemed to have no stage presence and, in fact, seemed like a random person they pulled off the street who had big dreams.
Yeah. But the circus, it was fun. Good chicken
Yeah.
finger.
Did we go for free that night?
They no longer have. I believe that was when you went because of 3-year work. Yes.
Yeah. Suicide Forest.
Dark show.
Dark show. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Phil, this is the last show we saw in a world that was at least somewhat safe from pandemics. What About Me?
Great show. R.I.P. to part 2.
R.I.P. to part 2. Should we get Griffin on the show?
Yeah, I mean,
Come on the show.
the last time we could have seen Watto without someone else.
Live at the New Am.
Wait, Suicide Forest was that late?
We saw on February 26, 2020.
Wow. Okay, fascinating. Live at the New Am. Yeah, I think we saw. It's hard to say we saw that together. I mean, we saw that at the same time.
Act 2, Carrie and I came down to sit with you and Taylor.
That's true.
First time I ever heard Shadowland from The Lion King, a song I love.
Great song.
This was a very fun show.
Since then?
What's up?
Have you seen Lion King since then?
I have seen Lion King since then, yes.
Okay.
Courtesy of Taylor, thank you.
Yes.
This next show was just a real good time, and something I wish happened more on Broadway.
Oh no.
I'm not lying.
Oh, okay.
Is just genuinely full-on comedic plays. This is Chicken and Biscuits.
Oh yeah, good time.
A delightful night out, just so fun.
Yeah, my one thing with Chicken and Biscuits was a terrible offender of this trend of saying you're 90 minutes long and being over 2 hours long.
No, it wasn't that long.
Chicken and Biscuits, it sure was.
It felt much faster. It did not have an intermission, right?
It did not, but it was definitely, I think it was 2 hours and it was advertised like 80 or 90 minutes.
Oh, well, it felt very quick for me, and
But no, it was great. I had a great time. But say what your length is.
The next show, The Only Good Art, Now or Forever, I'm saying, about 9/11, Come From Away.
Yeah. Good show.
Next show.
Now, when you said The Only Good Art,
Mhm.
at first I thought you were saying a title. Is there some show we saw or know about that had a title like that? Like this is the only.
I don't think so.
It's not familiar at all.
No. Kind of a similar vibe as Pluto No Longer a Planet.
Yeah. All
right. The Only Good Art, about Princess Diana.
Great time. I'm so glad we. Have you watched any of the bits from the Netflix recording?
No.
It's
No.
Such a mistake to release that Netflix thing before reopening. Honestly, to record it with no audio, it's such a it was a fun time.
The next show is Macbeth, which served as the conclusion. This is a season finale right now, what we are doing. But us going to see Macbeth on Broadway was kind of a spiritual season finale for a very ongoing bit that I had, where I would say Macbeth every time I went to a Broadway theater.
Great bit.
Great bit. No notes. Curses are not real. The Only Good Art, about presidents of the United States. POTUS.
Yeah, wait, part is fun. I just want to say about that Macbeth though too. Great time at that Macbeth. I think you enjoyed it as well. Yes,
I did. It was very fun.
that is not a popular opinion. Apparently, people hated that Macbeth.
Oh man, I had a great time at that. What? Ruth, what? Ruth
Nega,
Negga as Lady Macbeth, amazing.
yeah, Daniel
Daniel
Craig,
Craig was good too.
yeah, it was fun. Like it was fun to see him. Like it could have been played by anyone, but
I mean,
yeah.
sure, any character could be played by anyone.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is like I
I
thought,
think he brought a good kind of
yeah,
I'm over this.
yeah, no, it was good. It was good casting overall.
But people just want someone to yell tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. He
Thing
did great.
is, that is the same director as that King Lear that we had seen.
Which was a very bad production.
Yes, which is why. So yes,
But people liked King Lear.
it's true. That's true. Yeah. So very hit or miss because he also directed Fun Home, which I think is one of the best directed things ever. So it's interesting when people have a very. Oh, I keep dropping this water bottle on myself
Put it down on a piece of table.
on a piece of table. What did you say?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. After POTUS, we saw. I walked an hour in a very heavy rain, not quite as heavy as today, but very heavy to see this show. And I was in a very bad mood sitting down, which is usually priming me to not enjoy a show. And yet, on May 20th, 2022, we saw Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah.
Great show.
And another example, yeah, great show. So great direction.
Mm-hmm.
But Jamie Lloyd, who then the next thing I saw that he directed was A Doll's House on Broadway. This is not with Drake. One of the worst directed things I've ever seen and made me so angry. And part of the issue is I went in with such high expectation because of how much I loved Cyrano de Bergerac, which I think I made you go to that Cyrano because I had seen it in London and it was like it's so good, so Drake.
Yeah. One of my best theater
Yeah.
experiences. I mean, I love the story of Cyrano.
Yeah, but like the way they did and like the way the words and the rhyming and the also those cool like floor seats, fun.
Yeah. We basically sat in car seats on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very fun. I believe James McAvoy spit on us. Also, James McAvoy, not a tall man.
No, people would pay a lot more than we did for James McAvoy to spit on them.
We have friends who would pay a lot more for James McAvoy to spit on them, who shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so this next show, if Live at the New Am was a shaky point, which I'll say Rags Parkland Sings the Songs of the Future was also a show where we sat separately because you made a beeline to get 4 or 3 free seats with other people we were with and made me sit by myself very far away.
Go on.
This next show, we did not sit next to each other at all. We had many friends. We were split up into 3 different parties, I believe. And I did not stay for the same show because if Cyrano de Bergerac is one of the best theater experiences in my life, skin of our teeth.
Oh,
First.
great show. This is my second time going. Loved it.
Philip's reputation for recommending shows has really plummeted in the last couple of years.
No.
We didn't see this show together, but I do just want to throw out Bad Cinderella is a terrible show that I went to see on Philip's recommendation, and I regret every second of it.
I never said it was good. I said it was fun.
And it was not, so
you're wrong. But Skin of Our Teeth, great show, very well directed. And Gabby Beans come on the podcast.
Islanders is the next one.
Islander, yeah, that's good show.
Yeah.
Good
Cute,
show.
quiet. I think there's a movie version.
What did you see that?
June 10th.
Okay, so that was after 54. Because one of the 2 editors from that, Bethany, came in and like was a last minute saved the show at 54 that year.
Did we stay after to say hello or something?
I
I don't think so.
think so, but she knew Anyway, she was great. Bethany, congratulations on your recent marriage. I know you're listening to the podcast.
Congrats, Bethany. This next show is not really a well, it felt like a show. It was a show slash experience. Heresy 1897.
Yeah, that's hard to say that's a show, but yeah, an immersive experience, I'd
Do we
say.
want to call out these people for not welcoming us back to the second part?
Yeah, we're getting along great, and and then contacted them, and then just got ghosted by this production team.
Yeah.
And now their venue's closing.
Should have invited us back. You'd still be open. This next show we went for our friend's birthday. Once again, we sat separately. I got tickets, so I brought Leah to sit with me, but we all got in through the not standing room, the rush, as you like it at the park.
Yeah, great
You
show.
know, I don't really remember this production, but I know I had a good time.
It's no 12th night, but it's the Shannon Tower in the park. It's great.
This next show we were supposed to go to with my little brother, and he threw up that morning and didn't come with us. Sesame Street the musical.
Me and Drake.
Me and Phil, and then I had to go see it again 3 weeks later with my brother, who I then had to buy tickets for. So
We just had an empty seat next to us.
yeah, I believe my bag sat in it.
Yeah. And that show now running at what was the former UCB Hell's Kitchen Theater.
Oh, good venue for it.
And that venue definitely big enough to fit a Big Bird. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think he's in it though.
I know that was my big complaint with the show. No Big Bird.
Yeah. Okay, so this next show, a really baffling show, Almost Famous.
Baffling in what way?
In that all of the music that was good was written by other artists, but then they had a lot of. It should have just been a jukebox musical.
It should have. Well, so the thing is, I went into the show. I had never seen the film, and I did not know that this was like a half jukebox musical, and I didn't recognize any of the songs except for Tiny Dancer.
Yes.
And even without knowing which songs were original, which were not, I did think the better songs were the ones that turned out to not be originals. And then the scene with Tiny Dancer was so weird because not having the context of the movie of them, like, this is like a thing that comes on the radio, it just seemed like, why did they decide to sing Tiny Dancer? And a show that, to that point, I thought was all original music.
Yes, in the movie, they also sing Tiny Dancer on the bus.
Yes, but I'm saying I've since learned that, and it makes sense, but it didn't, because it's not like they, like, played, it was very,
Yes, of course, the classic joke walking away from that is Tiny Dancer, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, great performances from Casey Likes and Saleha Pfeiffer, now currently starring in two of the biggest shows on Broadway.
Yep. They're both great. Let's just power through it. A Christmas Carol.
The Jefferson Mays one-man one. Yes.
Yes. I mean, there were other people in it, but yes. There were voices and spirits.
Oh, yeah, but there were no other bodies on stage.
Is that true? Was his nephew not on stage?
No, they had some like projection of the people, which I didn't like. I thought I should.
Well, we had a bright light behind us that made it very difficult to see the special effects in the very dim room.
The first or an early preview, and I think they did work out some of the. Yeah, and there were a few little technical glitches, and it was a very technical show. But I kind of wish I had seen that again.
Yeah, it was very good. And look, the theater obviously is beautiful. We all know that, but.
And I went into that show with a bias against it, I think, because that show had kind of premiered 2 years earlier in the midst of the pandemic as a Zoom thing. Like, I think they did it in the theater, but not Zoom, but like online, and it was recorded. But they were charging like $80 for tickets, and it made me very mad because made a big deal of it being like a thing of like we're supporting artists and stuff. I'm like, the artists you're trying to support. Anyway, good show. Not as good as the British Christmas Carol production that came in a few years ago and was supposed to come back, but it's good.
The next show is a show I think is good, and you were really upset because it used to be better. It's K-pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, pop.
Followed by the piano lesson, in which two people next to us brought a full meal from KFC with them.
Yeah. And so,
And then we rushed home to get to my own housewarming party.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, because that show was long.
Yeah, it was really long.
Yeah, good though.
At the James Earl Jones Theater. Was that the first show there or second?
That was not there. That was at the Barrymore.
Why do I have James Earl Jones Theater here?
I don't know.
Huh. Alright, my spreadsheet's wrong. Some Like It Hot at the Schubert Theater, according to this spreadsheet.
That's correct. Yeah, just announced closing soon. Fun
Yeah.
show.
We said that was Amanda?
So the Amanda and someone else I know from background acting who she's not listening to this. Was using her phone doing it, and I'll never invite her to a show again.
Ooh, I did not notice that.
Oh, really? I thought
Yeah.
we talked.
We probably did, but I didn't notice it in the show.
I sure did.
We are now, Phil, into 2023, the current year.
Oh wow, we've powered. Oh right, I forgot we're doing a Yule podcast.
That's correct. Yul Brynner's on screen choking someone. He
Yeah.
Well, he's got her by her throat.
Oh no. Did we get unsynced somehow?
How could we?
Yule standing outside talking to someone smoking.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, now he's kissing her. I'm at an hour and 30 minutes. What are you at?
Oh, it's not.
They're fully making out now.
You're an hour. I'm at 129. I'm like a full minute behind.
Okay, you're about a minute behind me.
Oh, I wonder if it's because of like the choppiness. Is it like
I think.
actually stopping the? Well, I can catch up.
All right. It's 2023. I may not have the most recent shows because have we gone to shows in the last couple months together? Probably.
Okay, now I'm at the. I think I'm like caught up to where you are now. Well, what do you have?
Well, okay. So we'll start with what we saw. I've got about 6 more shows. Pippin.
Yeah, I'll get my
Oh, Phil is wandering away.
Oh no, I'm gonna open my mezzanine so I can see the.
Yeah, some of us unfortunately aren't allowed on mezzanine because we don't have Apple devices.
Listen, that's why I gotta use. It's very annoying. Yeah, mezzanine. Do an Android app.
Mezzanine, I'm going to talk shit about your app every month on this podcast until you let me sign up.
Great. Or send him an iPad.
Or send me an iPad. Anyway, Pippin, Phil.
Pippin. Great show.
Great show, bad ending.
Well, no, here's the thing. Pippin has a great ending. The production we saw was basically a showcase for a vocal program. So it wasn't like.
My problem with the ending was not the acting.
Okay. Well, great original. The original ending's better. We talked about this.
Yeah. This next show is a really weird show that I'm so glad I got to experience. The Immortal Jellyfish Girl.
Yeah.
Science fiction puppet show.
59 East 59.
Lots of making out of puppets.
Puppet, yeah.
This next show, one of possibly the worst show I've seen this year.
Come on.
It's Titanic.
Oh. Wait, when?
March 7th, 2023.
Oh, yeah, right there. No, Titanic, great show. Just today announced extension till June 2024.
Ugh.
Yeah, doing great.
Bad
And
show.
I love that it's just sticking off Broadway. It's found a great spot.
Don't bother.
No, it's a great show.
Just a few days after that, I'll return to a show we had seen several years before and talked about last time. It's The Strange Undoing of Fidencia Hart.
Yeah, great.
Not as good a cast this time, unfortunately, although I did really like the guy playing the devil. Consign was good.
It was good shirt. And
Sure, I need to get that shirt still.
yeah. Good show.
Good show.
Good show.
Next up, Shut.
Shucked. On April 1st.
On April 1st, we sat in the front row,
Oh yeah.
or at least we did after intermission.
Yeah. Fun show.
Fun show. Grey House.
Spooky.
Okay. And then the last show I have on this list,
Mm-hmm.
The Baron and the Junk Dealer.
We did a double feature day of Grey House and Baron and the Junk Dealer.
Yeah, wild.
Amazing. Yeah, which it was like a little workshop of a show that was going to Edinburgh.
Connor, come on the show.
Yeah, Connor, come on the show. Well, you know my history with Connor calling into shows, yes? How like
Has Connor called in other shows you've hosted?
when I was in college, like right around the time I first the guy who introduced me to the Chris Gethard show had a radio show on our college radio program.
Mm-hmm.
I was a guest co-host a few times, and we would post in the Facebook fan group of the other group, hey, call into our show, and Connor Ratliff did a couple times, and we were starstruck. It was great.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
Are there archives of this radio show?
don't think so.
Hmm.
I tried to find it.
That's too bad, because that'd be a great bonus feature for this show.
It would, yeah. I mean, like maybe if I don't know. That's over 10 years ago now. Like maybe if I reach, I don't. I'm not even positive that radio station still exists, but if it does, maybe they would have something.
Hmm.
And then yeah, let's see. Any of these? Oh, oh no, this was not. Yeah, that might have been the last thing.
Do you hear that?
No,
Do you hear that?
I'm hearing nothing.
Boom, boom, boom. Do you hear that? Boom,
That I
boom, boom. Oh, it's the door. Let me open it. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, me, the orphan of the rocks. I'm here to marry my beautiful beau, Dreves.
Hey, it's me, James.
We met through the show, and now we're here to get married.
Should we say our vows?
Of course, you first, my dear.
You came to me, an orphan of the rock, but now you are no longer an orphan because you have me, and you are also my rock.
I may be an orphan of the rocks, but I'll never be an orphan in love. Also, I don't think my voice is quite the same as it was the last time I appeared on
You
the
won't be an orphan in... Oh, you won't be an orphan. I see what you mean.
program.
You'll be an orphan in love, but you
Well, I
won't be...
guess I am an orphan of the rocks in love.
Yeah. I don't worry, I've lost my voice too.
Oh, Jeeves, I promise to love you with voice or without voice,
In
podcast studio or not. Do you, Orphan of the Rocks, take Jeeves to be your lawfully wedded fictional podcast character? I do. And do you, Jeeves, take Orphan of the Rocks to be your lawfully wedded fictional podcast character?
I do.
Oh no!
We cannot hear what you are saying, Orphan of the Rocks. There is no sound coming out of your mouth.
My mouth?
Oh,
There's no sound coming out of my mouth.
there we go. Oh no, what if there's nothing.
Okay, it sounds like Googly the Googler is trying to object to this wedding, but he's not being picked up on the mic, so unfortunately,
Too high pitched to be picked up.
the wedding is going on. Sorry, Googly. I now pronounce you married.
Yeah. You know what?
this calls for the first dance theme song.
You know it does! You know it does! Wow, it would have been great if we timed that in 13 minutes. Would have been a great ending.
No, the season finale's not over yet, Phil.
If not,
There's so much more to learn.
there's 13 more minutes to learn.
We have to set up the plot for season 2.
Oh, the cliffhanger?
The cliffhanger, which in true podcast tradition will be probably before the podcast ends.
What?
You know, because we did the big wedding before the podcast ends, and that was the natural conclusion. So probably the cliffhanger would be like
you mean
6 minutes before it ends or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say?
Who's to say? Phil, we've had such a journey over the last almost year making this
We've had
podcast.
such a journey. We've had such a Sound and Fury. We've had such a Buccaneer. We've had such an Anastasia. We've had such a 10 Commandments Part 1. We've had such a 10 Commandments Part 2. We've had such a 10 Commandments Part 3. We've had such a Yule log. We've had such a Port of New York and more.
And more.
Sorry,
What have we learned?
We've learned that some Academy Award winners are very easy to get to come to your apartment.
Yes, we did learn that.
Mm-hmm.
We also learned that Yule looks better bald than with hair.
Mm-hmm. We've learned that some people like to only listen to podcasts until they're mentioned.
We learned that many movies are harder to understand without audio than you would assume.
We've learned that many movies are only available to find on weird Russian websites.
We've learned that the Orphan of the Rocks and Jeeves fell madly in love because of their appearances on separate episodes of this podcast.
Yeah.
I wish they'd stuck around to tell us about their love story, but they are already off on their honeymoon.
Crazy kids.
I hear that they're honeymooning at Halloween House.
Maybe we'll run into them there.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Halloween House, if you got extra ticket for Orphan of the Rocks and Jeeves, let us know.
Yeah. Oh man, what a magical year it's been. And what do people have to look forward to in year 2? Well,
we have this is another thing we've learned, that we have at least one fan who likes us enough to take the time to put us into IMDb.
that's right. And I hope that they make sure that people know that season 2 is separate and that this is the season finale.
Yeah, and that the upcoming Halloween House episode will be a mid-season special.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
In
yeah.
season 2, we've got more guests coming at you.
Mhm.
Feature, and at least one of them will be an Academy Award winner, an Emmy Award winner, a Grammy Award winner, or a Tony Award winner.
No, here's the thing. We're gonna have, and we can have like one person. We're gonna season 2 is here's looking at your kids EGOT season. We're not winning anything, but we're getting people on who did.
All 4 of them?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, we already got the O from Ron. I think
Oh, we're just gonna
we can roll that over.
Egypt.
Yeah.
Egypt.
Well, a real get.
Okay. Hey,
Uh,
amazing. We'll
well,
meet more fictional characters.
yeah. We'll get more listener phone calls.
It's true.
Maybe we'll talk a little more to Baron Storm.
I hope.
No, we shouldn't call again.
We should not call again. We'll have more theme songs. I know that much.
Yeah. Or we'll have the same one every time. We'll see.
I mean, look, if someone could record a theme song for us that we could just play every week, hey, that's something that will eat up airtime.
No, I wouldn't want to do that. I think, some broadcasting traditions they gotta stick to.
Sure.
The broadcasting looking at Yul Kid always has a live theme song.
We'll also watch many more Yul Brynner movies.
Yeah, what are some of the upcoming films? Should we give
I'd love to tell you.
Great.
So next month, season 2, episode 1, Solomon and Sheba, featuring Yul as Solomon, one of the titular roles.
Oh, who's Sheba?
Sheba is Gina Lollobrigida.
Oh, she died recently.
She did die recently. She died earlier this year.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like anyone else that whose name I recognize is in this, but Once More with Feeling.
The Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode?
Nope. A comedy movie, which I assume that is named after. It's a comedy film, which Yul does not do much. We will watch a movie that Yul goes uncredited in, The Testament of Orpheus.
Oh, yes. And there's someone else in that, right? Oh no, that's in the Criterion Collection. Is that what that is?
It is, yes.
Okay.
It has cameo appearances by Yul and Pablo Picasso.
Oh wow.
It's directed by and stars Jean Cocteau, who made the very famous Beauty and the Beast. French filmmaker. You know what? This movie looks actually very good, and I will be sorry to watch it the way we'll watch it. Surprise package. Hey, my dad will be a guest next season on the Magnificent Seven episode.
Long-time caller, first-time guest.
We'll watch a movie in which Yul is an extra in a nightclub scene. Goodbye again. We'll escape from Zarane, and I'm calling it out. Our next season finale. We will watch Ron's favorite Yul movie, Taurus Bulba. And maybe we'll see if he wants to come back on.
Yeah.
Or at least send us a message.
Yeah.
And that will take us through 1962. So only a few years. He's doing a lot of movies.
Busy man.
Busy man. That does mean season 2 will likely be shorter than season 1. But that happens sometimes. In streaming, you get short orders.
Yeah. But also who knows how many specials we'll have,
I would imagine at least one.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel fine saying this now. We're gonna do another Christmas special, right?
Yeah.
Live on Christmas Day. I mean, it will go live on Christmas Day. I'm not saying it will be live on Christmas Day.
Sure.
Should we do our first live special though next season?
Maybe. Yeah, we'll find a reason to.
Yeah.
where? Yeah. We got. Are you at 148 in this film?
148-43, yes.
Okay, so I'm a little behind. Great. Now I'm at the same. I think it must have been from my computer lagging that I got behind.
That's quite all right. And look, next season, we've already recorded separately on Zoom and together in person. Next season, there'll be a third way we'll record. I don't want to say what. You're going to have to listen.
Oh, can I say my guess?
Sure.
Separately in person.
Sure.
We're in different rooms and we're not listening to each other and we hope it meshes together well.
I like that idea.
To guess what the other one's saying.
We'll do another Patreon exclusive episode.
No, that'll be a premiere.
A premiere?
Our season premiere will be
a Patreon exclusive?
No, I'm saying it won't be a Patreon exclusive. This is going to be a public episode. We will not listen to each other. And this is not true. We're not going to, this would be terrible.
Yeah, this would be a terrible episode of this podcast.
And we don't do terrible episodes.
No. I mean, the thing is, sometimes you think you're listening to a terrible episode, and surprise, it's the season finale.
Yeah. Now it's not.
What I imagine is his last appearance in the film, by the way.
Got like fog coming out of it. Oh, he's smoking.
He's smoking a cigarette.
It's like, oh, is he a ghost?
Phil, in season 1, we had an Academy Award-winning director as a guest. In between season 1 and 2, we're going to our first on-site. We might not be podcasting from there, but we're going to our first on-site location.
Yeah.
For the podcast.
First thing we've ever done together outside of the podcast.
It's true, and we definitely didn't go through 70 other things we've done together. In season 2, who knows what will happen?
Listen. Who knows?
Getting an email. Oh, it's from Googly.
Oh.
No.
Oh no. Careful now, we still have 3 minutes left.
It says, Dear Philip and Drake, parentheses, the hosts of Here's Looking at Yule Kids Season 1 on Acast and wherever you get your podcasts.
No.
I regret to inform you that your time on Earth is coming to an end because you stopped me from marrying my one true love, parentheses, either the Orphan of the Rocks or Jeeves. It's unclear which I was in love with.
A plotline that nobody could hear, too.
A plotline that nobody could hear. I am swearing my revenge on both you and the podcast, parentheses, all three. It is now my only mission in life to see this podcast end and your lives along with it. You will not get to the end of season 2 alive. Yours sincerely, Googly the Googler, parentheses, Google it your fucking self from now on. Wow.
What a great cliffhanger. We've got a minute left.
I mean, what are we going to do now that our most frequent guest and most beloved character, who could we possibly bring in to protect us from Googly the Googler? Oh no.
I'm getting an email.
Who are you getting an email from? Oh no.
It's me, the one person who can fight Googly. I can help you. I can save your podcast.
Oh, I hope we're not about to make a deal with the devil.
It's me. Dingy's back, baby! Still have a minute left. Season 1 is done. Season 1 is done. We had so much fun, but now it's all the season. It's better happen. Who's gonna come to us? Who's gonna listen?
me.